Hi guys, welcome back to the Naio Nails channel. Today on Not a Nail Tech, I'm going to be recreating my wedding nails. So on my wedding day, I wasn't a very conventional bride. I made my own dress. Everything was a little bit funky. So I didn't go with traditional wedding nails, which is why we've gone with lilac, a little bit of gold, that kind of thing. So I will be changing them a little bit. I'm basically doing my nails if I was to do them again today, because back then I got married in 2023. The iridescent chromes weren't like a massive thing, whereas we sell them and they're fantastic. And I thought, I'm going to do it with them because I think that would have really elevated the look. Anyway, I'm going to pop some pictures on the screen of what my nails looked like on my actual wedding day so you can see how gorgeous they were and what a gorgeous day it was. And I'm actually going to pop some pictures on of me and my husband so you can see how much fun we had. Anyway, enjoy the video, guys. So I started by adding a base coat layer to all of my nails already off camera, and then I'm just going in with some French cream, and this is one of our more sheer nude colours. It's great if you're doing a French tip because it gives you a little bit of coverage over your natural nail but not too much. Just gives it a little bit of colour as well. So I'm just popping a layer of this on my thumb and then on all of the rest of my fingers as well. And I do apologise in advance because when you're doing your own nails, your hands get into like the weirdest positions and they look like crab claws. So sorry that that's what you have to look at. And once that's all done, I'm going to pop them in the lamp for 60 seconds to cure. And then I'm just going to add on a top coat because we're going to use some of our iridescent chrome. So I'm going to add this on because I do find that chromes go a lot smoother onto a top coat than any other gel polish. Sometimes they can go a bit sticky on some other gel polishes, so top coat's my favourite for like a lighter coloured chrome. So I'm just going to do this on my thumb and all my fingers again. I'm just going to pop those in the lamp to cure, and then I'm using our Burgundy Chrome pigment. So again, this is an iridescent pigment. It's a little bit see-through, but it shines lots of different colours. It's very, very pretty. And I just wanted something to add a little bit of different dimension to the nails. So this is the part that I didn't do on my wedding nails on the day because, like I say, iridescent chrome pigments weren't a massive thing then, whereas they're really, really trendy now, and we sell a range of really gorgeous ones in different colours. So yeah, I'm just going in and buffing this on all of the nails, and then I'm just going to wipe off all of the excess with a dusting brush. You just want to make sure that you rub these in really, really well, and they'll come up really, really shiny. So I'm just wiping off all of the excess with that dusting brush before I'm going to go in and seal all of that in. So I decided to use matte coat just because I'm going in and doing a French tip after this, and it's so much easier to do detail work on a matte base so it doesn't run anywhere. Sometimes on a shiny base it might move a little bit. So this will just seal in all of that chrome as well, because if I make any errors I can wipe it off without wiping the chrome off. And don't worry about any excess chrome that's around my fingers because I will be wiping that off in a second. I'm just going to pop that in the lamp to cure for 60 seconds, and then I'm taking some gel residue remover and a lint-free wipe and just wiping around the nails just to get off that excess chrome powder that's in my cuticle area and down the side of my nails. So I've chosen Periwinkle as the French tip colour, and I wanted our wedding to be nice and bright and colourful. I didn't want it to be too traditional either, so well, you've seen on the pictures my husband's suit was burnt orange and my dress had a pinky tone in it, so I wanted a colour that would go with the pinky tone in my dress, and this kind of lilac-y colour worked really well with it. So I'm just going in with an ultrafine detail brush and just marking in that smile line, and I don't necessarily map out my French tips too much when I do them on myself, just because I tend to go with the flow and my nails do twist a little bit, so sometimes it might look like it's straight but it isn't straight, so I've just got to go with the flow with it. I'm just going to fill in the tips with that gel polish as well, make sure it's nice and even. And sometimes when you're doing a French tip, once you've put the smile line in, that might seem a bit raised compared to everything else, so I've just gone in with a little brush and smoothed that all down. But after I did this and did the second coat, I actually realised it would have been much easier to do the whole thing with the ultrafine detail brush, so that's what I did for the other nails. I'm going to pop that into cure and then just go in with the second coat. Like I said on the other nails, this is the process that I followed, just doing the smile line and filled it in with that ultrafine detail brush. And I actually didn't really need the second coat on the other nails, so it would have made my life a lot easier if I'd have just done that from the beginning. And I'm just going to do the same process on all the rest of my nails. I've popped that into cure, and then I'm using our gel top coat nail sealer and just doing a layer of this over the top. And this is just the start of our chrome prep process. So I like to add on a layer of top coat, either normal top coat or this gel top coat nail sealer, and just buff that down, and it just means that our isolated chrome won't get anywhere else. So I'm just going to go in and do all the rest of my nails as well. And you can see that iridescent chrome come to life again now that you've got a glossy top coat on it. Once those have cured, I'm just going to go back in with one of our sanding blocks and just buff down all of those nails ready for the chrome. So for our chrome, I'm using Serious Black to just map out where the chrome's going to go. And I'm just adding on a dot on each of the nails, and I'm just going to drag it down to the bottom, the top and to the sides just to make a little twinkly star. Next, I'm just going to take a dotting tool with some more of that gel polish, and I'm just going to add on a few dots next to the star, and it's just going to make them look extra twinkly. Then I'm just going to repeat the process on all of the rest of the nails, but I'm just going to put them in random places so all of the nails are a little bit different. So again, add that dot, and then we're going to pull that up, down into the sides for the stars, and then add on some extra twinkly dots. Now I'm happy with that. I'm going to pop it in the lamp, and then we're using one of our chrome pens, and this one's not quite as gold as the one I used on the day because it turns out gold's really not actually my colour. Not really sure why I chose to wear gold jewellery and have my nails gold, but anyway, I've gone with one that's almost in between a silver and a gold, and it's very pretty and a little bit more subtle as well, and I'm just rubbing that over the black gel polish, and that'll only stick to the black gel polish and will rub off anywhere else because we've buffed the nail down. And then I'm just going to buff off any of that excess. Make sure to get all of the excess off, otherwise it might smudge into the rest of the nail when you top coat. Next I'm going in with our top coat, and I'm actually going to put 2 coats of this over the chrome, and if you use chrome before or you watch me use chrome before, you know that 2 coats of top coat will just help keep that chrome fresh for the whole manicure, because chrome is a little bit delicate and it can kind of rub off through the top coat if you don't have 2 coats on there. So I'm just covering all of my nails in that in a nice even layer. And once I'm happy with those 2 coats, I'm going to cure that, and there we have my wedding nails. I absolutely love these nails, one of my favourite sets I've had on because they're just so pretty. They're quite simple and quite delicate, quite girly, but a little bit different. I'd love to know down in the comments, would you wear these for your wedding day? And if not, what style would you wear? Because it'll give us some ideas for some new content as well. If you want any of the products, they'll be listed down below, and we'll see you next time, guys. Bye.